Now, the oak bark on veins. It used to be, many years ago in my practice, we used a formula that wasn't quite as good as oak bark, but we got it in a tincture. I had to bring it in black market through Canada, but we learned to do the same thing with oak bark that we were doing with that. What we would do at this time was to take now our oak bark, when we make it 7 power, we'll say, or at least 3 power, it gets thick. You take a bristle brush or a camel hair brush, and you paint the legs that are bad with varicosity. Those varicose veins protrude out quite badly. I have seen women's legs that look like the city map of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They just pop out with coloring because of weakness. Now, what we used to do was paint the legs or the areas needed, and then 12 coats later, we would let each one dry and put another coat, paint another coat on, until it would look like shellac. And then we put a soft cast on. Now, this is just bandages worked on, and leave that bandage on for 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, that bandage would be taken off, and instead of having that shellac dark paint on there from the oak bark like we had, it's all gone, and the bandages are white. The reason they're white, they've absorbed through the skin into the veiny structure because they're high calcium, they're high mineral foods, and they go in and build those veins so that they have more substance. We have used this on people, it's generally women. Women have the babies. Women don't take enough calcium for 2 of them, themselves and the baby, and so it drains the calcium, not from the baby, from the mother. And that's why there is so much varicosity with women. But we had a woman that her legs would ache when they were up. She'd put them down, and for a few minutes, all right, and then they'd start ache, the pressure of the varicose condition. And Mrs. Fisher, one of our students, went over there, and she said, well, I'm going to tell you what I have learned. She said, and now we had learned a new principle. Instead of all this painting, and that's a job. Boy, that's a terrific job waiting for each of these coats to dry and then doing the casting. We take the oak bark tea and put the flannel in it or the cotton wool linen or silk we're going to use and bring it out and sponge it and just wrap it on. Now, if it's the legs, we use cotton or wool, white stockings, and we soak those and pull them on, and then just pull a plastic bag over them and leave them on all night. But we have taken, now this Mrs. Fisher took the lady who had been suffering, had been walking the floor for many, many months, and then would lie down for a few minutes, then get back up and walk, and then lie down with so much pain. She put it on her the first night. The woman slept all night. And they bathed her legs each night or put the fomentation on. And finally, she had no more pressure. And the coloring lightened 20% within the first few weeks. Now, this is a blessing within itself, of course, because we have the desire to have better looking legs.
What about spider veins? They're not varicosity, but they're just fine little veins broken all over the legs.
This will do the same thing. The reason they're broken is because we have not got enough calcium in the body, and while we're nursing or while we're doing this or that, we are drinking beverages high in sugar, we're eating pastries, we're eating lots of starches, and they leach out the minerals. They leach out the calcium, and they cause this spider vein condition. the sooner we can get rid of this, the better off we are. And it works, folks.
And vitamin C deficiency cause that too, spider vein?
Can it? I don't know myself. I don't know. Of course, I'm sold on vitamin C. Yes.
There's a possibility it can because of the collagen deficiency it will develop with a lack of vitamin C.
It will, huh?
It'll hold tight and it'll come up to the surface as it breaks.
All right. There's another question back in here someplace. Yes.
Can they leave these fomentations on during the day also if they want to, or is it better just to space?
You can do it during the day, but we advise giving equal time. Letting the air get to it a little better. But we have had some cases of phlebitis, advanced conditions, where we've kept it on 24 hours a day, just having it off long enough, a little space in between for them.
We also give red raspberry in cases of varicose-veins. It seems to help that also.
Red raspberry should be used, of course, with every pregnant woman, and this cuts down there, but it should be used nevertheless.
These are even non-pregnant.
Yes, I know.
Find it's very, very good.
We'll be coming into red raspberry. In fact, in this, in this very section, but it's precious. Oak. There is something that we should never be without, having plenty of it around our place. Have it stored up. Yes.
What about in cases of varicose veins where you use the oak bark fomentations, where you have severe itching? Is there anything that can be done to alleviate the itching?
Yes, the itching is toxic conditions coming to the surface. Try apple cider vinegar before putting the fomentation on, or castor oil massage before putting it on. This oftentimes will take care of that itching. Here we've got some things with oak bark that are amazing. The good Lord works with it in such a way that sometimes we wonder about it.